Welcome to Heartfulness Group Meditation. This meditation will be conducted by Heartfulness Guide Daaji. Please approach this meditation with an attitude of openness to fresh experience. Heartfulness meditation is aided by a very subtle, transformative energy called pranahuti or transmission. Choose a place where you can sit quietly, relax, and meditate without being distracted. Turn off your phone and any other devices that may disturb you. Sit comfortably. You can sit cross-legged or in a chair. You can let your hands rest in your lap, lightly clasped. Let your eyes be closed gently. Let your back be upright, but not rigid. Feel free to change your posture during meditation if you feel uncomfortable. First, relax. Imagine healing energy from the earth entering your body from your toes. Let this energy slowly move upward from your toes, relaxing each part of your body, all the way to the top of your head. Then, slowly move your attention inward to your heart and let it rest there. When Daaji says, "Please start meditation," have the thought that the source of divine light is already present in your heart and is attracting you from within. Gently relax into that feeling. Let it be a very light suggestion, without force or concentration. If you find your awareness drifting to other thoughts, don't fight them, but also don't entertain them. Let them be like clouds passing in the sky. Gently remind yourself that you are meditating on the source of divine light in your heart. Be open and receptive to the transmission that is flowing into you. Allow yourself to become absorbed within. At the end of meditation, Daaji will say, "That's all." After this, try to remain absorbed with your eyes closed for a little while. Observe how you feel. Take the time to immerse yourself in that feeling and let it become part of you. When you are ready, gently open your eyes. You can write your experience in a journal. It will help you develop awareness and observation. Once again, when Daaji says, "Please start meditation," have the thought that the source of divine light is already present in your heart and is attracting you from within. You will cherish this journey into yourself.
Please start meditation. A very good morning to dear brothers and sisters. Daaji is going to solemnize two weddings today. First, we have Prasanna from Coimbatore and Haripriya from Chennai. For the next wedding, we have Sandrine from Belgium and Remy from France.
A very good morning to all of you, dear brothers and sisters. I'm Deja, a Heartfulness trainer here at the Heartfulness Institute, and I'd like to just take a moment now to introduce Dr. Nivedita Shreyans, a prominent educationalist, director for Pillai Group of Institutions Mumbai. She is the program coordinator for Heartful Campus and a Heartfulness trainer. I'd like to now call her to the stage to introduce you to the program and to take it forward. Thank you.
Pranam Daaji. Good morning to all brothers and sisters. It's in fact a very happy and a joyous occasion today at Kanha Shanti Vanam, the headquarters of Heartfulness Institute, where we are going to launch today a collaborative partnership between Heartfulness Education Trust and All India Council for Technical Education. So we have amongst us the chairman of All India Council for Technical Education, Shri Anil Sahasrabudhe sir. We welcome you, sir, for this occasion. We signed the MOU with AICTE in the month of March, and after signing the MOU, we started getting excellent response and support from colleges and universities all over India. Most of them coming forward to sign up for the modules of Heartful Campus, which was a good beginning and which is a good beginning. So the result of that is we also conducted one of the biggest youth summit, international youth summit just last week, where we had around 10 to 12,000 students from all over India and world who were staying here on the campus for 4 days, 3 days. They meditated and they listened to many good speakers who came from all over India and world with the partnership of UNESCO MGIP. So that is the impact of our partnership with AICTE, which we all are very proud of. So that is one of the occasions what we have today. Along with that, we are also going to launch the first sequence of Unicorn Happiness Awards for the colleges and universities organized by Your One Life organization, whose founder is Mr. Yogi Kochar. We welcome you, sir, for this occasion. We are very happy also to welcome our very, very special guest, our own K.S. Kavita Madam, to Kanha Shanti Vanam. She is a member of Legislative Council, Nizamabad, Telangana. We welcome you, ma'am, for this program. We also welcome Shri Manish ji from the CM's office of Madhya Pradesh for this occasion. So with this, I would request Kashish and Teja, our youth volunteers, to kindly take the program forward. I would also like to welcome the representatives from AICTE, Mr. B.S. Rao, Mr. Kakade, who is the Director of Approval Bureau, and B.S. Rao is the Director for Administration. We have Manushri Madam, she is Director for Administration, and Aarti Madam for the Legal Department. We welcome you, ma'am. We welcome the team of AICTE to our campus. I also welcome here the various trustees, the vice chancellors, the directors, the HODs of 22 universities all over India. They all are here right now with us. They all have come from different parts of India. It's right from Sikkim, Manipal, it's Jaipur, Rajasthan, Orissa, you name the state, 22 of them from different universities are here. They're the trustees of the institutions which are AICTE approved, and they must be hosting around more than 2 or 3 lakh students in their campuses. So we welcome all the members to Kanha Shanti Vanam for this wonderful launching program, and we would like to congratulate you for winning these awards, which we'll begin in some time. Thank you so much. And of course, a big thank you to our own Daaji. Without his encouragement and support, nothing is possible. Thank you, Daaji, for all the support.
Good morning. I'm Kashish, a Heartfulness trainer. As spoken by Dr. Nivedita Shreyans, we are gathered here to celebrate a very joyful occasion. Let's begin the program by commemorating the collaborative launch of a partnership between All India Council for Technical Education and Heartfulness Education Trust, with the aim to create heartful campuses across India. Let's begin with the unveiling ceremony of the marble engraved National Partnership Plaque. With this, I would request revered beloved Daaji, Professor Dr. Anil Sahasrabudhe, Heartfulness Campus team, and AICTE team to kindly join in unveiling this collaboration with the Government of India. I would now like to invite Professor Anil Sahasrabuddeji, Chairman of AICTE, to address us about the reach of All India Council of Technical Education and the purpose behind this partnership and what all it has achieved so far.
Namaste, Daaji ji. Most respected, beloved Daaji, in the presence of our own AICT team, as well as all those who are associated with Heartfulness Education Trust, in this very solemn occasion of signing of ceremony between AICT and Heartfulness Education Trust in the premises of Shanti Vanam in Kanha. It is a wonderful occasion, momentous occasion for all of us to celebrate. We have several things which we have been doing for quite some time from All India Council for Technical Education. This very campus started off somewhere around 2016-17, and that is the same time when AICT started complete reformation process in terms of the way education is imparted in technical education, be it revision of curriculum, be it faculty training programs. Most importantly, the internships which students need to have in order to gain practical exposure and experience, the innovativeness that they have to bring into the fora, all of that began. But most important part was about student induction program of 3 weeks duration and a course called Universal Human Values. And that exactly relates with the heartfulness which this institute has been pursuing in order to create heartful campuses. And this is all the more important in this complex world when we see so much strife. Unless our students who graduate from these portals, they are absolutely heartful in their nature, I think the world and the planet is at risk. And that's why AICT took upon itself that we must have occasions where we celebrate heartfulness, we celebrate happiness. And that's how in the month of March, we have already signed an MOU between Heartfulness Education Trust and AICTE. And within a short time of about 6 months, huge number of colleges and students are attracted towards this very philosophy of heartfulness. And on their campuses, several training programs, the modules have started. All these modules developed by Heartfulness Education Trust are also available for students to take credits. Because in the past, we were all only focused on our basic curriculum structure. But the National Education Policy, which was announced on 29th July 2020, talks about taking credits from different variety of sources. For example, the heartfulness courses, these courses in the sports domain, the courses in happiness, all of these also can be accumulated as small credits, and they will be accounted for in their graduation transcripts. Moving from this, somewhere around October, we had my friend Yogi, who is also here, Yogesh Kochar, who came in and said that they have developed an app. I was there in Dharmashala, and during our small chat, I discovered that what all we were trying to do through our Universal Human Values program, this can be measured by way of an app which was developed by Yogi, and we brought him to our campus. We had thorough look at the app, a lot of revisions in that, and finally, we have launched it across the campuses and said that universities and colleges can adopt this app, make their students use this app. On one side, we all talk about the screen time, which is increasing day by day, 5 to 6 hours a day, and therefore, many a times our youth are spending their time in not fruitful activities, but by using the same tool, how do we bring them back to the nature, bring them back to the roots, and that is what this happiness app is all about. There are 12 parameters, 6 refer to the left side of the brain, 6 for the right side of the brain, And when you start putting in your input to that, honestly, you will get the value which is reflected as your happiness level. And the happiness levels of all the students of the university or college are aggregated to get the happiness level of an institution. And that's how today happiness unicorns are going to be celebrated. They are going to be awarded. There are 27 of them who were selected. I'm very happy that 23 of them from different parts of the country, very remote places, the trustees, the directors, the vice chancellors, they are here with us. They will all be rewarded at the hands of Daaji ji a little while later. I think this is a new beginning. We just had celebrated Gokulashtami just a few days back. And now this happiness movement and the heartfulness movement will spread across all the campuses of the country. And I'm happy to announce that this small beginning will take roots to make this nation happy and the whole planet happy. Namaskar, dhanyawad.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful address and sharing with us the inspiring purpose of this partnership. I would request beloved Daaji to please felicitate Professor Anil Sahasrabuddheji. Now, I would like to invite our chief guest for the event, Srimati K. Kavitaji, member of the Legislative Council Nizamabad. I would also like to invite beloved Daaji and other team members to felicitate her. With this, I would like to request Srimati K. Kavitaji to speak a few words on happiness and its importance for humanity.
Thank you. Namaskar. Pranam Daaji. Very happy to be here at the Kanha Shanti Vanam. It is a long pending visit of mine, but I'm glad I made it today because the meditation that we've all just gone through, a very natural way, जो सहज मार्ग का meditation है, no mantra, no particular process, not taking attention off to anything else, but just to yourself. Stay calm, silent, reflect, and then, of course, progress and prosper. This we have forgotten. This has been a way of life in India. This has been a way of life that our older generations have given to us. But somewhere I believe we have faltered or we have gone in a different way. Now we look outwards for happiness. We don't look inwards. And institutions like these, especially Gurujis like Daaji, who show us the way, give us light, and give us strength to stay calm, reflect, gain strength for ourselves from within, and then pass it on to the others. एक दिया जैसे दूसरे दिया को जलाता है. One enlightened human being, one happy individual can enlighten and make everybody else around him very happy. This has been the way of life in India. We've faltered somewhere. I believe now we should gain more and more importance and follow this path. And especially not only just meditation, not only spreading happiness, but spreading awareness on various important issues. Kanha Shantivanam has been pioneer in various issues like rainwater harvesting, in terms of developing the greenery. Telangana government particularly appreciates Kanha Shantivanam efforts year and again because I believe every year in the last 4 consecutive years, Telangana Haritaharam Award goes to Kanha Shantivanam, number 1. So I believe, Daaji, you should give way to somebody else and pick up other people to get to number 1. We truly appreciate the efforts you've made, and we would like to increase the engagement of Kanha Shantivanam with various government departments so that many districts and villages and people can be benefited out of this engagement. I would be uh, requesting Daaji to propose to the government of the various initiatives and bless all of us and the government of Telangana to go forward with these initiatives. I will definitely play a vital role in making sure the programs proposed by Kanha Shantivanam, which will ultimately benefit the villages of Telangana, to be taken forward in my own capacity. Other than that, today, a brilliant initiative by Mr. Yogesh Ji, who has developed an app. He also runs an organization called My One Life, and the app's name is also My One Life. It is basically to introduce happiness into the lives of. It is basically a way to measure happiness in lives of students. Especially, we are used to measuring our IQ, EQ of late, but now this, I believe, is a way to measure our happiness quotient as an individual. Now, easiest way to do that is give a honest feedback to the app, and it will throw you back the results and say, this is where you are faltering, maybe this is where you need to improve. I believe students today would like to engage more and more with their smartphones. This is one of the ways in which students can get a direction on how to work on themselves and improve themselves. It's a very honest effort. I believe the collaboration between One Life Foundation, AICTE, and the Heartfulness Foundation will certainly help lakhs and lakhs of students. And my full support is with you. And institutes of Telangana, I would really advise you to take this up and enrich the app further. An honest feedback on the app, I believe there needs to be some more enrichment that should be added to the app. But then United Nations has felicitated and appreciated Yogesh Ji's effort. British Parliament has felicitated and appreciated Yogesh Ji's effort. So I believe we should also take a serious look at the app, and AICTE and the One Life Foundation has an MOU with them, and AICTU has given a credit option. Since there are many managements, vice chancellors present here, I would like to request you to take a serious look at the app, because a facility and optional credit can be given to the student. If at all possible, kindly look at it. If even one student benefits out of it, I believe this is worth the effort. One student can tomorrow change the life of whole nation. That is my belief in the students and the strength of the youngsters. So let us all make the effort. And brilliant organization. I'm here today in the Heartfulness Institute. Very, very happy to be here. I wish whole of Telangana will resonate with the sound of heartfulness. Thank you so much.
Wonderful words. We are so inspired by you and excited for future collaboration. We hope to see you soon and often at Kanha Shanti Vanam. The moment has come which we all eagerly wait for. I would like to invite the president of Sri Ramchandra Mission or the Heartfulness Institute, Sri Kamlesh Ji Patel, fondly known as Daaji, to address all of us here in the meditation hall and those joining remotely via YouTube on happiness and compassion in action.
I would instead request Sri Manish to come and share your thoughts, please. very dear, most respected Dr. Anil Sahasrabuddheji, Srimati Kavita Garu, Manishji, all the VCs and trustees of various universities who are present here, respected elders, sisters and brothers. We are all moving together forward in this evolutionary scheme of education. Life is nothing but an education. Main focus has always been education, be it external or be it internal, be it science or be it spirituality. This is all vidya that can enrich our life. I will come directly to the vital topic that is a burning topic today, these days. People often complain about youth, that they don't believe. They lost faith. Faith in families, faith in parents, faith in education, faith in gods and goddesses. We have to re-look at our way of life. Who is contributing to all this? When a child says, I don't believe in God, versus when a person solemnly says, I believe in God. There is a big difference between the two. When a person says, I don't believe in God, is very honest. He's not making up stories. He's saying from the heart, I don't believe in God because I haven't experienced. But when we say, I believe in God, and put a full stop there, is it right? What is the basis of your belief? You believe because my father says so, or my mother says so, my religion says so, or my community says so, my shastras says so. But what about you? On what grounds are you standing with such a claim that I believe in God? It is not that God does not exist or exist. That is not a dispute. Dispute is this, fundamental dispute, that this borrowed dogmatic belief system is losing interest because there is no substance behind it. You continue to believe in God and keep yourself soaked with wickedness and all the negative qualities. How is your child going to believe in you? When on the phone, you see lies after lies after lies. Tell my son, please tell whoever it is, I am not at home. Children learn all these things. And at the same time you say, believe in God. How is that child going to believe your words? You have not given right sanskars. You don't have the basis on which your knowledge stands, your belief stands. You are creating castles of God in air, on sand, on water, without any strong foundation supporting this belief. We have often quoted this example of currencies, currency fluctuations worldwide. Why? Currencies weakens because of many things: political haywire, instability, resources dwindling. Earlier, before 70s, it was gold that was counted as backing the currency. Without this backing, currencies, they devaluate. our knowledge also is useless without experience supporting that knowledge. We feel at odd. I believe in God, but many a time questions come up when you are undergoing some troubles, when you are restless, when troubles after troubles come your way, and say, oh, where is this God whom I have been believing? You may have been believing, but you remain satisfied only with your belief. You whitewashed the existence of God with merely a belief system. You did nothing about it. If you believe and take a next step of realizing, then there is some courage in you. Otherwise, remaining satisfied with belief is a wrong step, and that's why the youth remains misguided. Yugas after yuga, many personalities, they walked on this planet. Big ones are Lord Rama, Lord Krishna, Lord Jesus, Buddha, and many nameless ones like Kabir, Patanjali. All have a unique message. In essence, we can say Buddha, he stood for Nirvana. Mahavir stood for Kaivalya state. Lord Krishna, his philosophy of Sthit Pragya. Lord Rama, of a strong moral foundation. Kabir, he explains the final state in one simple sentence. It is like an Atman merging with Paramatman. He gives the example, raindrops falling on the oceans, becoming the ocean. Atmas also like raindrops falling in that ultimate ocean called God or Paramatma. We become one with that. This is a wonderful, wonderful and inspiring idea of describing final state. Question now remains how to attain. Buddha has talked at length, Nirvana. Lord Krishna talked about Sthita Pragya. Kabir talks of raindrops falling in the ocean, becoming the ocean. Beautiful, beautiful, inspiring one. But how to? How will you attain those sublime ultimate states? Lord Krishna also talks about in Sloka 66, chapter 2, Adhyay 2. So I was talking with Yogi ji, Sri Yogesh Kochar ji. He is passionate about spreading happiness. How? Gamifying, making it more interesting for youngsters is one step, one positive step. You are making them walk towards the positive step. What if they fail with this? Will they trust? Will they trust us? Is there a room for success? Is there a room for failure with this? Lord Krishna says every jiva, not just human beings, every jiva is hankering after happiness. When you walk in this ashram, you will see centipedes, leeches, and all the small insects crawling. When it rains, they try to hide under some leaves. in some corner of under a stone. They want to protect, they want to be comfortable. And so, what is the difference between little insects and us? We are also looking for some comfort. Is that happiness? Happiness, according to Lord Krishna, he says, you can never enjoy your inner state of happiness when it is also parallelly suffering with restlessness. We are all restless for something. At the same time, parallelly, we want some blissful states. It's not going to happen. You want to fly in the sky, at the same time you want to keep one leg on the earth. You'll be torn apart. Spirituality is a very serious subject. So coming back to Sloka 266, it says every jiva is hankering after happiness. It is possible when one remains in a state of harmony. How to arrive at harmony? By remaining contemplative. How to arrive at contemplative state? With a focused mind. How do you arrive at focused mind? Regulation of mind. How do you regulate your mind? Through meditation. Now, we have heard this word so often, meditation, meditation, meditation can solve world's problem. But not the way we have understood the word meditation. If you look at Oxford Dictionary, meditation means thinking repeatedly of same object, continuously. According to Patanjali Maharaj, he does not define meditation like that. Sanskrit word dhyana means to transcend your mind. Transcending mind means going beyond activities of the mind. What does it mean by going beyond the activities of the mind? So we have to understand what are the activities of the mind. Thinking. Can we exist without thinking? So we need to regulate. Mind is not your enemy, according to our master. Mind can be your best friend. We can make it as a best friend, our own friend. Mind is not our enemy. By regulating, we can make use of mind in both the worlds, science and spirituality. We can make both the fields have some sort of an osmosis. Let science infect spirituality, and let spirituality integrate itself as a base in the field of science. There was a time, if you refer back to the history, Copernicus and Galileo, for example. In the Western world, they were the pioneers in saying that Earth is rotating around the sun. Our forefathers knew it. We did not have a fight with such claims. We believed it. Bhugol, Earth is round. These were the claims of our rishis, our elders. We did not dispute with them. But the religions of those days condemned these scientists. Galileo was poisoned because he believed in this. He told to the Pope that my signing this document, that it is the sun that rotates around the earth, is not going to change the fact. Earth will always rotate around the sun. My statement, changing my statement, is not going to change the reality. And for speaking such a truth, because he did not have a religious backing, he was poisoned to death. He was killed. Times have changed. Now, science is questioning spirituality. When an Indian woman wears this tikka, or when we fast on Ekadasi, many of us fast without even knowing, and that's why youth loses the interest. In New York, for example, if your wife is working, going to office, this tilak, and everybody asks, why are you putting this bloody stuff on your forehead? Oh, I'm married. It shows that I'm married. But you can wear a ring also. Anyway, not having a valid, convincing reasoning why we do what we do, we feel shy and we stop doing things for which we ourselves do not have answers. So weeks after weeks, this girl who is going to the office will stop wearing this tilak because she has no explanations and don't want to take a debate that we believe in such things. You remain busy every morning explaining to various people in the lift, in the office, in the bus. Who wants this trouble? So slowly it goes away. The real reason is something else. Why do we fast on Ekadashi? I have spoken at length on these two topics, and there are many other things. Thanks to some of these people who dwell in forests and villages, who are still continuing with certain traditions, not knowing why of what we do. We can unreveal all those things. I mean, we can remove the ignorance from all this and come up, meditate over the subject matter and come to the inner intuition and say, yes, it is because of this we do all this. And without going inward, without really going into deep state of revelation, you cannot appreciate it. Even if I tell you that it is because of this we do all that, you will still remain unconvinced because it is not your experience. It is not your finding. It is not your discovery. Indian tradition is not to pass on the knowledge. It is to pass on the experience. For experience, we have to do something. Gyan Yoga will not be enough. Falling at the feet of the Lord, day after day, doing homage with tulsi and diya and agarbatti and throwing prasad at his feet is not going to solve the problem. I often say we have 3 H: head, the heart, and the hand. 3 H. All 3 are very important. Think, follow your heart, and do hard work. Hard work means tapasya. You have to do tapasya. Go within. Go inward. Mr. Kavita was mentioning going inward. People have gone astray. They have lost the way. We are trying to find happiness outside. Outside dependency always creates a problem. Dependency means slavery. Even in husband-wife relationship, dependency is nothing but a slavery. There is no freedom. Husband won't give freedom to his wife, nor vice versa. And we are all lovers of freedom. And where there is no freedom, there is no happiness. So the root of happiness lies in freedom to think, freedom to act, freedom to have intentions. Even if a person wants to go to hell by his own volition, versus a person whom you are forcing to go to heaven, you think of it. Someone who is forced to stay in heaven against his will, that heaven becomes a hell because it is against his freedom. So freedom is primary thing, and we should not become also further slave of freedom. So-called freedom eludes us. India became independent. What has changed? In the real life of every Indian, what has changed? Superficially, some things. You can move around without being told, don't do this or don't do that. Is that freedom? Now more people are telling us not to do this, not to do that. At least in those days prior to 1947, you knew who were oppositions were. Today, they talk like you, they walk like you, they dress like you, and you don't know who are your enemies within the country. Anyway, we're drifting from the main topic. Topic is happiness, some level of freedom. Dogmas and beliefs, they will not lead us anywhere. It may be a good beginning, but it must inspire us to the next level of experiencing. Dogmas and beliefs belong to religions, Hindus, Christianity, Muslims, Buddhists. These are all limitations. Spirituality goes far beyond dogmatic knowledge. Spirituality is all about experiencing your own nature. Having experienced your own nature, then you will not have any question of God's presence. And next, having experienced, let us see if you experience it even once. Is it good enough? No. You like to retain such a meditative state, peaceful state if you like to call it, as it becomes more and more sublime, more and more refined. Then you say, I am on a right track. If that peaceful nature of within remains static, it's not a good sign. We have to move on. It must become day after day more and more sublime, purer and purer and purer, simpler and simpler and simpler each time. One gets fed up of such experiences because I have known it. I have experienced how frustrating it is to experience. How much beauty can you experience? There is also a level. Drunkard people say, oh, I love to drink, but how much can you drink? There's a limit to drinking. You'll be knocked out. Similar is the case. Yogis, they often talk of Satchitanand state, which is a quality of Sahasradal Kamal. Where absolute bliss prevails. Pleasure, joy, happiness, bliss. These are all various spectrums of the same thing. Comfort. And qualitatively further, if we see satisfaction versus contentment. Satisfaction, you're hungry, you had bread, you ate something. That is, after eating it, your hunger is quenched, you're satisfied. But you're hungry, and even though you do not have bread, though your stomach is hurting, your contentment will not change. Having things will not change. Not having things will not change your contentment. You are content despite of having or not having. Does that mean that I should not possess things? No. It does not convey the message accordingly. It only says dependency on outside thing makes you a slave. Going further into these experiences, day after day you experience things and you say, okay, my God, thank you for so many experiencing, but what next now? I am at peace. I have the experience of divinity. I am peaceful, I am calm. Next step is to become. I have experienced your love, I have experienced your peace, I have experienced your silence, I have experienced your compassion. But now in experiencing all these things, I have to become those qualities. So that is the difference between being and experiencing. Being peace, experiencing peace. Being compassionate, experiencing compassion. These are two different things. So we come to a level of becoming. I am becoming more and more divine-like. Not just experiencing divinity, I am becoming that. That is the call of spirituality. And one day, if God favors, we can say goodbye to such becoming also. Bliss that we experienced, blissful that we became, that also can be renounced. We can renunciate all this and be done with everything. We have gone beyond now. Furthermore, we cannot describe. And same thing our Vedas also speak. Entire Vedas and Upanishads, they talk positively. Entire Vedas and Upanishads, they have a positive message. But only in the end they say negative. What is the negative? Neti, neti, neti. It means not this, not this, not this. When they describe the final state, they say not this, not this, not this. What does it mean? What are they trying to convey? They say nothing in this world, not this, not this, not this, is comparable with the ultimate. So I pray that our boys and girls, various universities, colleges, they have to experience this. We have to give them the means to arrive at such lofty states. Lecturing them can inspire them, but we must force them, somehow coerce them to practice it. Just as we have science experiment, Newton's law, various chemical experiment, biology experiment, great. What about spiritual experiments? So here what I recommend to our Honorable VCs, our Chairman Sir, that let children pick up any meditation they want, any method. Tell them, find it from wherever, Google it, ask your father, ask your mother, ask your priest in your village or in your city whom your family believes. Nothing wrong with all of them. Collect the data. Divide the groups in each class. Do this experiment. 1 month this group, another, the same group will practice another method. Second group will, they all will exchange various methods. Having practiced it months after months after months and keeping the journal, they will be able to see which is good for them. Heartfulness way of meditation, all alone by itself, of course with others with comparison. But when heartfulness is practiced with pranahuti, see the shift in your consciousness. Meditation with pranahuti, meditation without pranahuti. And see how your consciousness takes a quantum leap. And see if you can measure it. How can you measure consciousness? That also you can share with them, that we through EEG, we can measure all these things, measure those waves. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta. They're all measurable. But what is beyond delta? What is beyond turiya, the fourth state of consciousness? Our great grandmaster would call it turiyatit, means going beyond the fourth level of consciousness. We don't have such time to discuss this fourth and fifth level of consciousness, but one day we'll take up this topic in detail, how consciousness evolves. But this can be the research topics. Heisenberg's principle of uncertainty or uncertainty principle. Manish Manson, one of the greatest scientists, Heisenberg, why he could not convincingly prove the speed and location of an electron? Why? Because the instruments through which we were measuring bombarding the electron itself, then you will be able to measure the speed and position at the same time. Grosser cannot measure the subtler. God is the most subtle. Sukshmati sukshma. You can never measure God. Thank you.
Thank you, dear beloved Daaji, for your wise words and wonderful talk. We have a lot to reflect on, to experiment with, and to put into action. At this time, I'd like to invite the founder of Your One Life Foundation to be facilitated by Daaji and other team members. Excuse me, the founder of Your One Life Foundation, Sri Yogi Kocherji. Please come to the stage.
Now, I would like to invite beloved Daaji, Srimati K. Kavita ji, Professor Dr. Anil Sahasrabuddhe ji, and Sri Yogi Kocher ji, along with other team members, to launch and unroll the award posters. I would also like to invite the esteemed dignitaries, all the awardees, and members of AICTE on the stage for a group photograph.
What a wonderful moment. I'd like to now invite Sri Yogi Kocherji to share with us the purpose behind this National Happiness Unicorn Awards and Your One Life Foundation.
Good morning, everybody. Most loving and affectionate Daaji, Honorable Kavita Garu, who's just left us. Eminent guest of honor, Dr. KVNV Bharti Devi, Honorable Chairman AICTE, Professor Anil Sahasrabudhe. On this occasion, I miss Professor Punya, Honorable Vice Chairman, Professor Rajiv Kumar, Member Secretary, Mrs. Mamta Agarwal and Professor Ramesh Unnikrishnan, who have supported this entire initiative. Assembled Vice Chancellors, Chairpersons, Directors, Presidents of Universities and Colleges from all India assembled here, guests, friends of the press and media, and last but not the least, my own team, which is backstage. I thank you all for being here. I believe in speaking from my heart, but today on this occasion I would like to read and share my point. Reading from a script helps assemble the building blocks of thought that otherwise have the habit of running away without a leash. Sure, speaking is good and we all love to speak, but in times today, where mind is random and thoughts are flakes, where attention spans are sliced with how my phone quakes, hell, she must find it before she even awakes. In this weird, wired world, O Lord, allow me to deliver a speech. Allow me to sound cogent and clear. Allow everyone to soak it all in. Oh dear. I will speak of three things: heartfulness, mindfulness, and the confluence of two. First, heartfulness. Indeed, it is all about the heart. Heart, the immutable. Heart, the beats in which are the NFTs or the non-fungible tokens of life. Heart that houses the blockchain of life. Heart that creates and generates the lifeblood. To talk any more about it here at the Institute of Heartfulness is to light a candle before the sun. I would like to pause here, therefore, and move on to the second aspect, which is mindfulness. It was wonderful to walk with Daaji yesterday through life and the 11 chakras. Mind is a postal distribution center of the impulses from our five senses that interact with the five elements of nature. The posts perceived and sieved from the mind are eventually deposited in the heart, some consciously, some unconsciously. In the good old days, our minds would seek with self-restraint because it could exercise it, because we had the custom or tradition of fasting that helped us stonewall desire. However, the barrel of the telescope through which we view life has reversed in the recent times. Life has picked up a frenzy and speed that makes her breathless. And there is no longer just saliva in the mouth, there is now gravy. And that's where the endocrinal system gets messed up. Algorithms run our lives. We compensate the lack of happiness with pleasure. Pleasures are visceral and exhaust. Happiness is ethereal and does not exhaust. The wardrobes in our minds are crowded and our lives have become bulimic. Our ability to discern or space out breath from breath has been hijacked. How do we view life? If Pandavas had 5 wives, or if five Pandavas had 1 wife, each of us now have 5 wives and a husband. The 5 wives with a W are who, what, why, when, where, and the 1 husband is a how. Impulses in the mind in the good old days were few, so the pulse was stable. Impulses these days are instigated by Twitter and the pulse becomes unstable. Hospitals don't treat diseases, they treat lifestyle melodies. Mind is in trouble as it is impacted by the intravenous inoculation from technology and the tail is wagging the dog. How? Mind has neuroplasticity that is like hooks that are always seeking. The morning when you were walking or driving here, the hooks emerged and attached themselves to the bumper of a beautiful sedan that passed you by. So while you went south, your mind's already gone north. Changes to the anatomy of brain started with MTV, and they have come to dominate a mind with Facebook today. Devanand and Rajesh Khanna's films, which had long frames, these have been replaced by MTV, where disparate, disjointed, and unconnected images shuffle with amazing rapidity in short frames. Just like that, in just a jiffy, the mind picked up pace too and speed. It started running and the frenzy is breathless with the breathing getting affected. The view is lost in the flurry of the speed. MTV started slicing, tossing, and dicing in small frames our mind. I like to say that there is always space in the market and there's a market in that space, just that we need to have a mind to spot that too. Social media spotted it. There was no Facebook before Facebook, and that identified a space in the mind and created a market in that space. It is now a $1 trillion business where our youngsters are consumed daily, 2.5 billion of us. It may have never occurred to us that you, I, the judge and the janitor are all being traded on the New York Stock Exchange at $400 each. $1 trillion divided by 2.5 billion users is $400, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is your worth on the New York Stock Exchange. I ask you, what do you get out of it? In effect, our senses have been taken for a ride while we are losing our breath, jumping and falling off our beds on clouds managed by Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, because these run my life more than the price of onions on the street. And that is how creativity has become a victim of the larger conspiracy. How does this happen? America thinks mind share, India thinks only market share. Why are we not strong? While Indian businesses are busy aggregating and shooting targets in the markets, America is busy aggregating and shooting flares and parachuting them in our minds. It's because we have weak minds, we don't think. Technology is not bad. In fact, it is very good, but we don't create, we consume. And that is how, ladies and gentlemen, US economy is 8 times the size of India with just 1/4 our population. In effect, they are 32 times stronger. They know how to hook our minds. There is more. Look at the social media. We don't remember what we post, see or like in the next moment. It's forgotten in a jiffy. We come from nowhere to now here and go to nowhere. What do? In the same string we comment RIP, LOL, nice, congratulations, wow. Emotions have been replaced by emoticons. What will this do? The day is not far when my grandson's grandfather will pass away and all he will do is post an RIP on his wall and take his girlfriend out for dinner and dance. Simply because emotion, the deep scathing pain that is suggestive of a living heart, will not even occur, replaced by an emoticon. Just like that. Let me therefore sum it all up, bring us to the confluence of the heartfulness and the business of the mind, and that is the third dimension that I'm going to focus on. Mind can be broken up as mind share. The mind, the devil that keeps pinging the heart all day long. The mind that is dissolved in a new age imagery and completely under that sway. The mind that is choking the heart. The mind that has lost its control to the console of the game. The app that we have created reclaims mind. Here is the reboot and the restart. It is like kintsugi, the Japanese art of repairing broken porcelain. They put together the broken pieces with golden glue and stick it back together. And that is what your one life does. It repairs for you and your students and institutions the mind, aligns the chemistry within the context of what Daaji says. Not even dinosaurs would have thought that they would become extinct one day. Perhaps we think so too. but that would make us all walking history today. Your eminent scholars and gurus, more than a celebration and felicitation, this is a wake-up call. Sure, it's about money, but that's not all that this is about. Jhunjhunwala passed away, Einstein too, but he said, what can be counted does not always count, and what counts cannot always be counted. Desmond Tutu was awarded the Nobel Prize. He said, when missionaries came to Africa, they had the Bible, we had the land. They said, shut your eyes and let's pray. We shut our eyes and we prayed. When we opened our eyes, we had the Bible and they had our land. The land in question that I'm referring to is the mind share. So we've given our mind share to the social digital media of the day because of the neuroplasticity that inspires us to sort of continue to engage with the social media. And then I mentioned how our mind share is stolen. This is what is happening in the technology world. In continuation of the Janmashtami theme, I would like to end with a wonderful parable I came across recently. A night before the day of Matsya Ved competition, Krishna and Arjuna were conversing. Krishna said, Arjuna, take care, put your step forward and concentrate on the eye of the fish. That's what all of you educationists do with your students. Arjuna laughingly says, dear Krishna, if I have to do everything, then what will you do? Krishna in a very soft tone told him, what you can't do, I will do. Arjuna asks, and what is it that I can't do? Krishna answers, I will keep the water steady. Your one life steadies your water while you shoot the eye of the fish. To Kavita Garu, who was here a while ago, I've requested that she must adopt this unique program in the state of Telangana. With that, pranam to you, my dear friends, philosophers and guides, and I congratulate you on your passion and dedication with which you have worked assiduously with the app, and I look forward to engage with each one of you sooner or later at your own campuses. Namaskar and pranam. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sri Yogi Kocherji, for the wonderful speech. Beloved Daaji has requested the audience to please be settled for some more time as we will now begin the award ceremony. For the first sequence of National Happiness Unicorn Awards, I would like to request Dr. Anil Sahasrabuddhe to come up on the stage along with other Heartfulness team members to begin the award ceremony. The awardees are from different states of India, representing their universities and colleges. To begin with, may I call upon stage our very first awardee from our very own state, Telangana, Dr. K.V.K. Rao, the chairman of St. Mary's Group of Institutions. Can we please have a round of applause for them? Next, the National Happiness Unicorn Award for the state of Punjab goes to Dr. Ashok Mithil, the chairman of Lovely Professional University. I would like to invite Dr. Ginny Nejawan, the senior director of Center for Disease and Online Education, to receive the award on his behalf. For the state of Bhopal, the award goes to Shri Jay Narayan Chuksi, the chairman of Lakshmi Narayan College of Technology. May I request Mrs. Poonam Choksi, the vice chairperson of Lakshmi Narayan College of Technology, to receive the award on his behalf. Thank you all for applauding. Next, we have the state of Rajasthan. The award goes to Dr. G.K. Prabhu, the president of Manipal University in Jaipur. All the respective states are bringing their headgears, such as pagri and safa, and presenting as a token of appreciation. For Chandigarh, the award goes to Dr. Anshu Kataria, the chairman of Aryan's Group of Colleges. I'll also request Dr. Anshu Kataria to receive the award on behalf of RMK Engineering College in Chennai for Chairman Dr. R.S. Muniratnam. May we please have a round of applause for both of them. Now, for the state of Telangana again, the award goes to Dr. Zafar Javid, the chairman of Mufakham Jah College of Engineering and Technology. The award will be received by Mr. Mahavir and Ms. Shilpa. We request them to come on the stage to receive the award. A very big congratulations. The National Happiness Unicorn Award for the state of Manipur goes to Professor N. Lokendra Singh, the Vice Chancellor of Manipur University. We have once again another token of gesture and appreciation from Manipur for the chairman of AICTE. This is from the state of Manipur. The National Happiness Unicorn Award for the state of Haryana. The award goes to Dr. Vikas Dhawan, the Pro Vice Chancellor of Sri Guru Gobind Singh Tricentenary University. May we please have a round of applause. We have on the stage Dr. Vikas Dhawan, the Pro Vice Chancellor of Sri SGT University of Haryana. Now, for Delhi, the award goes to Dr. Ram Kailash Gupta, the founder and chairman of Technia Institute of Advanced Studies. May you please have a round of applause for them. For the state of Sikkim, the award goes to Dr. Gurdaman Lal Sharma, the director of Sikkim Manipal University. We have once again another token of gesture from the state of Sikkim. For the state of Uttar Pradesh, the award goes to Dr. Colonel A. Garg, the director of KIET Group of Institutions in Ghaziabad. May we please have a round of applause for them. We have Mr. Sanjay Sehgal from the Heartfulness Education Trust join us to distribute the awards.
For Delhi, the National Happiness Unicorn Award goes to Dr. J.P. Saini, the founder vice chancellor of Netaji Subhash Chandra Institute of Technology. I would like to invite Dr. Shilpa, the assistant professor coordinator for the Science of Happiness, to receive the award on their behalf, please. For the state of Tamil Nadu, the award goes to Sri M.V. Muthuramalingam, the chairman of Vellamal Engineering College. I would like to invite Dr. Satish, the principal of Vellamal Engineering College, to receive the award on his behalf. For the state of Rajasthan, the award goes to Dr. Prabhat Pankaj, the director of Jaipuriya Institute of Management. He is bringing a token of appreciation from Rajasthan as well. Thank you. The National Happiness Unicorn Award for the state of Kerala goes to Dr. Sojan Lal, the principal of Mar Baselios Institute of Technology and Science. A round of applause for Dr. Sojan Lal, please. For the state of Karnataka, the award goes to Dr. Surinder Singh, the Vice Chancellor of JSS Academy of Higher Education and Research. I would like to invite Dr. S.P. Danabal, the principal of JSS Academy, to receive the award on his behalf. Thank you for the token of appreciation from Dr. Surinder Singh. For the state of Tamil Nadu, the award goes to Dr. Shashi Anand, the Vice President of Kala Salingam Academy of Research and Education. Congratulations, Dr. Shashi Anand, who has also come in his traditional attire. Next, for the state of Punjab, the award goes to Dr. Rajneesh Arora, the Managing Director of Amritsar Group of Colleges. I would like to invite Dr. Vijay Banga, the Principal of Amritsar Group of Colleges, to collect the award on his behalf, please. Additionally, for the state of Uttar Pradesh, the award of National Happiness Unicorn Award goes to Mr. Ambika Mishra, the chairman of Ambalika Institute of Management and Technology. I would like to invite Dr. Anup Singh, the head of mechanical engineering at this institute, to take the award on his behalf. Next, for the state of Telangana, the award goes to Dr. P. Santosh Kumar Patra, the principal of St. Martin's. He will be receiving the award along with the chairman of St. Martin's. Please join us on stage. For the state of Maharashtra, the award goes to Dr. Anjali Kalse, the director of Bharati Vidyapith's Institute of Management Studies and Research. And finally, the National Happiness Unicorn Award for the state of Gujarat goes to Professor and Dr. Niranjan P. Patel, the officiating Vice Chancellor of Sardar Patel University. I would like to invite Sri Ravi Kumar Andukuriji to receive the award on his behalf, please.
Congratulations to all the awardees. We would request all of you to come on stage with a group photograph with your award and the scarf. May we please have a huge round of applause for all our awardees from different states representing different universities across India. We would request AICTE team members to come on the stage for the felicitation. A huge congratulations to all the awardees present on the stage. Thank you so much for being with us here at Kanha Shanti Vanam. We just have a few more moments of the program left before the final vote of thanks. I would request the media team to share the image of Phoebe Condery, who couldn't be with us here today. Professor Condery is not able to join us, but as her introduction, she is United Nations SDGs Ambassador to Europe, and she's on the board of the Nobel Peace Prize for Economics. She's also on the board of Your One Life. I quote her the message: Respected Daaji, Honorable Shri K. Kavitaji, Honorable Chairman AICTE, Professor Anil Sahasrabuddheji, to brothers and sisters present here, and the awardees. As Ambassador of the UN SDGs Europe, I consider it a privilege as much as a duty to compliment you on the occasion of the National Happiness Unicorn Awards of India. I am an economist. UN SDGs is all about creating an equitable world looked at from the monocle of an economist. In fact, the UN SDGs strive for a happy world with all the 17 SDGs equitably distributed. Mind has several things happening inside it. No matter how much of a human being is given or has, it is extremely difficult to weigh the mind. In fact, to weigh the mind is to imagine weighing a bunch of jumping frogs on a weighing scale, as said by Yogi Ji. As for me, working with United Nations, it is of interest to me that the weighing scale has a steady payload, and Your One Life is that direction is a laudable initiative. I wish to congratulate all the champions of happiness today at Kanha Shanti Vanam, who are under the divine guidance of Daaji and have assembled here to accept their awards. I have confirmed to Yogi Ji my desire to visit all of you as I look forward to this program growing. I would like to put on record my thanks to Dr. Rao, Dr. Anshu, and Dr. Bharti Devi for signing an MOU with Yogi Ji and Your One Life to take the app across to over 4,000 colleges. My gratitude and best wishes are also owed to Ms. K. Kavitaji for agreeing to be present here and taking up the cause of introducing it across the state of Telangana and impacting nearly 1.5 million students there. Once again, my gratitude to the team of AICTE under the able leadership of Professor Anil Sahasrabuddheji, so ably assisted by Mrs. Mamta and Professor Uniji. I wish you all the very best ahead. Thank you, by Professor Phoebe Condery.
Just another message before we close from Dr. Reiki Singh from America. If we could have his slide put up from the media team, please. Dr. Singh is the chairman of R Systems and founding board member at the World Happiness Foundation, an eminent proponent of happiness who has installed several chairs of happiness and centers of excellence in the United States and India across some of the most prominent educational institutions in India, including the IIT Kharagpur, Delhi Technical University, NSUT, and several others. He is the US President's medal recipient and an advisor to the Gross National Happiness Center of Happiness in Bhutan. I'll go ahead and read his message now. In his words, hello everybody. Today is truly a remarkable day, and why not? It is a day of national happiness. I thank Professor Sahasrabuddheji for lighting this candle in the nation. I have been a lone ranger on happiness. Each time that I would come from America, I wanted to see how we could make the country of my birth a happier place and pluck some stress away from it. I thank Daaji for hosting this most wonderful unicorn amongst awards at Kanha Shanti Vanam. I intend to visit Kanha on my next trip to India. Like an expert weaver, Yogi has woven in the 12 aspects of the mind pertaining to the left and the right side of the brain, and then created the app and color-coded it. He is now gamifying it, and that's awesome. In fact, he's actually managed to create a balance in the mind that filters down to the heart. I look at this happening at the Heartful Institute literally as a confluence of heartfulness through mind management. The acknowledgement that he has received for his app from you at AICTE, the Institute of Heartfulness, and Daaji the colleges and universities, the students, his partners at Reliance, and Amazon, and the entire state of Telangana is awesome. The young adults needed direction with their minds and aspirations increasingly in the cloud. Your one life is unique as it helps calibrate the mind, and in turn it creates, calibrates, and celebrates happiness. I thank all of you assembled here under the soft halo of Daaji. I thank Kavita ji for her encouragement and passion to support this. I thank Professor Sahasrabuddhe ji for lighting this candle, and I congratulate all the winners of the National Happiness Unicorn Awards. I hope all of you will take the mission forward with zeal and look forward to supporting it ahead. Thank you.
With this, we come to the close of the event. I would like to invite Srimati Nivedita Sisterji, Director from the Heartfulness Education team, to give a vote of thanks to everyone present here. Before that, thank you once again to all our awardees here. Lunch will be served at the Pearl Hotel, and also for the people of Vanil's Hotel, it will be served there. Thank you to the audience for being really present here and giving a huge round of applause every time. We really appreciate you.
Thank you so much. Teja, you both have done wonderful job. I think a big round of applause for our MCs. They were wonderful throughout the show. A big support from them. A big thank you to all the audience. मेरे भाइयों और बहनों जो यहाँ पे रुके हुए हैं, and being here present makes a lot of difference. Thank you for joining till the end of the show. I would like to thank all the trustees here from various universities, vice chancellors, pro vice chancellors, directors, HODs for joining here and celebrating the Happiness Awards. I would also like to thank our revered Daaji, without whose support, blessing, encouragement, this program was not possible. A big thank you to our beloved Daaji for all the love and support what he keeps on giving us each and every time. So this program becomes successful because of his support and encouragement. Secondly, I would like to thank Sanjay Sehgal Bhaiya, the Joint Secretary for the mission, for all the support and guidance. Mr. Ramesh Krishnan Bhaiya, the Director of Heartful Campus, Nitin Nirmal, Coordinator for Heartful Campus. A big thank you to Anjali. Anjali, are you here? Anjali, can I have you here? The person who coordinated the complete award ceremony, that is Anjali Verma from Delhi. She's here, really worked hard for last almost 1.5 months along with Yogi ji. Thank you so much for being such a great help, and we wish you all the best in your mission. A big thank you to Yogi ji. He is so passionate about happiness. He is so dynamic, and that we really had to keep up to his pace, you know, coming at Kanha Shanti Vanam, and he was really able to do this excellent award ceremony. Thank you for all getting Happiness Awards to Kanha Shanti Vanam. And thank you all the universities, the faculty members, vice chancellors for being here. And yes, we keep on doing this good work, and I'm definitely sure God is going to bless us in a very big way by keeping everybody happy. Thank you to all the sisters and brothers for being here, and God bless you all. Thank you so much. Thank you to the media team. NDTV is here. A big thank you to the NDTV media team, our technical team, our back stage team. Thank you, all of you. Thank you so much.